Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited, if he shall gain the whole world, and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
God sent his son. They call him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone.
Isaiah 8:9-10. Remember this and show yourself men. Bring it again to mind, O you transgressors. Remember the former things of old. For I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient time the things that are not yet done, saying, My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Isaiah 29:8. It shall even be, when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations that fight against the mount of Zion. Judges 5:21. The river of Kishon swept them away, the ancient river, the river of Kishon. O my soul, thou hast trodden down strength.
October 30th, 2004, Britney Spears made a surprise appearance at the radio station of LA's Kiss FM, where she independently released the demo of her new song, Mona Lisa. This song was supposed to be the single off her fifth album, Original Doll, but the album was never released. The original lyrics of Mona Lisa say, "She's the original, she's unforgettable, she wants you to know, she's been cloned." Why was the Original Doll album and this song never released? And now when you go to Google, the lyrics say, "She's been gone." B.O.B. the rapper backed up Donald Marshall's story. Before YouTube was censored, B.O.B. used to post videos about his cloning center experiences. B.O.B. and Donald both claimed, if you cannot remember your dreams, you are probably a clone. Here are some of B.O.B.'s tweets I saved from years ago.
Is a lie. It's programmed. From my understanding,
Tila Tequila claimed that she sold her soul to the cloning program for her reality show on MTV, A Shot of Love with Tila Tequila. Tila made the rounds on Conspiracy Podcast, discussing her experiences at the cloning center.
That's just fucking with my program, darling, Queen Elizabeth. Cloning centers. That's right, darling. The cloning centers.
And talked about her relationship with Marshall. She used to go on rants on Twitter, for which she got banned. After she came out about this, she had a brain aneurysm in 2012. Donald Marshall and Tila Tequila both said Bernie Mac was trying to come forward about cloning, and that's why he died.
Hello, Phil Chuba here, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about what happened recently to me at cloning. And a little background is REM phase cloning is they take your consciousness while you sleep and put it in a clone in the cloning center. And as soon as you hit the REM phase of sleep, and you have to stay there until you wake up. They tell people a lot of different BS. It's the fifth dimension, seventh dimension, Nirvana, Shangri-La, a time stutter, singularity. They say that it's another dimension, or that it's lucid dreaming, or the astral plane. It's not. You're just in a cloning center, and they're using MK Ultra visual and audio effects to make you see what they want. Now, they've been doing this to me probably my whole life, but now they see me talking to Donald Marshall, and I go to the same cloning center he does now.
After 2012, other cloning blogs and Twitter accounts started popping up disclosing their experiences at the cloning center, backing up Donald's story, and expressing the fear that comes with exposing the cloning situation. And remember this weird video of Beyonce?
Beyonce died in the year 2000 and she was replaced by a clone. You remember that video with her at a basketball game and she was like, and she was going all crazy?
I remember that video, but like...
That ain't no human stuff, bro. That ain't no human. You seen George Bush lately?
What?
When Obama, I think it was like last year, and Michelle Obama had to control his fool because he was just going, he was just doing that.
So you saying clones is out here malfunctioning? Beyonce died in 2000?
Yeah.
How did she die?
Hey, man, they ain't gonna tell you if she's dead, and she's a clone, fool.
And remember when the country of Nigeria thought their president was a clone? And now we have the CRISPR guide to cloning mammals. And even Mary Tyler Moore was into cloning. And what about Paul McCartney? We all know the urban legend of Paul is dead, and that he allegedly died in a car accident on November 9th, 1966. Did you know there is a man named John Holliday who lives at the real childhood home of Paul McCartney in Liverpool and looks exactly like the original Paul? Could this just be a strange coincidence? Did the real Paul really die? And if so, who is this guy? Some say this is William Campbell, who won a Paul McCartney look-alike contest. If you're a Beatles fan, you probably have always wondered why the band broke up after only 5 years. It is because of this man, Theodore Adorno. He was the director at Tavistock and wrote all of the Beatles' music. He died in 1969, the same year the band broke up. And if you have ever wondered how Michael Jackson was able to purchase the entire Beatles catalog, it is because Adorno's estate sold it to him. Here is Paul symbolically placed in a coffin-like box. Things are never what they seem. Michael Jackson was the first celebrity client for the company Clonaid. What is Clonaid? Clonaid is a Canadian company registered in the Bahamas that prides themselves on being the world's leading reproductive cloning facility. The premise of Clonaid was announced in 1997, and the company's intentions were to make advancements for human mortality and to allow homosexuals to produce a child. In 1997, it was announced that the first American couple was going to invest in Clonade by paying $500,000 to have a baby. The couple's names have never been revealed, but there is speculation that it was Barack and Michelle Obama. And after Clonade's announcement in 1997, Malia Ann Obama was born in 1998. And why have we never seen pregnant photos of Michelle? And this is random, but does anyone remember the 2013 Kardashian Christmas card where Bruce Jenner is trapped in a cloning tube? And now he looks exactly like Cindy Crawford.
I'm sorry, is there someone talking to you?
Yes, sorry.
Sorry about that. So I just was wondering
They
how
just
everyone's
came
doing.
in.
Hello, Courtney, have we lost you?
All right. It looks like Courtney doesn't really want to go there with
I think
that
she's
question.
breaking, so I just was wondering
They
how
just
everyone's
came
doing.
in.
Hello, Courtney, have you...
When I first discovered the Clonade website years ago, I remembered seeing Michael Jackson's name on the website and that he used their services. Of course, it has been removed from the Clonade website, but I found the proof that it did exist at one time. The YouTube channel Pac Lives still has the evidence. This is Kid Boo. Listen to what he has to say about Clonade.
My first gen was born in Jersey. However, I was cloned by Clonade in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration at Clonade.
Realism teaches that an extraterrestrial species, known as the Elohim, created humanity with advanced technology. These Elohim created 40 human hybrids that have served as prophets to disclose the human origin. They claim these prophets are Buddha, Jesus of Nazareth, and Muhammad. They also believe that when Jesus returns, it will be his clone. Raelians call their approach scientific creationism, otherwise known as intelligent design, with efforts to push human cloning.
Is that a lot of presidents have already been replaced.
That's right.
Yeah,
I don't think...
they're walking around, they look old, but they basically, some of the people are just
I'll give you something to ponder. Get some old videos of George Bush, when he first came into office. Look at the person and listen to him speak. Look at his actions and listen to everything that's there. Now, it's a lot easier to put somebody out in front to act as even Bush did. He had somebody else that was up there acting like he is and look like it. Even Hitler had he had his stand-in. In fact, his stand-in was the one that they found in the ground over in Germany.
While promoting Jumanji, Jack Black was asked about doing a sequel. He said, "There is no choice. You have to do the sequel. Otherwise, they will kill you and clone you." You could argue he was joking. But why was this video removed from the internet? How much weirder can this get? I'm telling you, they keep these bloodlines hidden. The film Boys from Brazil is about a cloning expert who implants numerous surrogates with Hitler's sperm in hopes that they will turn out just like the original Hitler.
Well, our scientists have learned how to make people. They call them synthetics. Are you familiar with those? What is a synthetic? A synthetics, when you touch their skin, it feels like plastic almost. That's the latest technique. The old techniques, if you guys can rent a video, The Boys from Brazil, rent it, because in it gives you the exact way how our government's been making people.
Really?
The movie Boys from Brazil was written by Ira Levin. He was an American novelist whose book centered around exposing Satanism, the occult, human cloning, and ritual murder. He also wrote Rosemary's Baby and The Stepford Wives. Spoiler alerts ahead. The 1975 film, The Stepford Wives, is centered around a Manhattan family who decides to move to the suburbs in hopes of a safer life for their children. The father joins a secret society where all the male members have killed and cloned their wives in order to program them to their liking. The main character, Joanna, meets Bobby, and they become fast friends. They gossip about how bizarre all the women in town act, and they form a women's liberation group to try to wake them all up. The plan backfires, and Joanna discovers that Bobby has been killed and cloned. When Joanna realizes she is next, she tries to escape with her kids. The movie ends with Joanna shopping at the grocery store, smiling and acting robotic. And as she passes her old friend Bobby, they politely greet each other, engage in a short, superficial exchange, and go about their day. And it is at that point we know Joanna was killed and cloned. They always say writers write what they know. What did Ira Levin really know? Jeffrey Peterson is an American tech pioneer who created the Latin social media site KPasa. He is a Democrat and is very well connected through politics and Hollywood. In August of 2018, he started tweeting a number of threads about human cloning. They have all been removed, but I found and saved an archive of his old tweets. This is not a joke. I said I will never lie to you, and I will not. I clearly overheard it, and I could see that others who were there were also uneasy. I know what I heard. They are doing real-life experiments with cloning on remote islands. This is truth. What I heard that evening at the event where I had been invited was not improper for me to hear. Very clearly, loud and clear, that top personalities associated with the U.S. Democrat Party are very involved in experimentation with cloning of biological beings. His second thread, which appeared a year later in 2019, discussed a conversation he overheard between Nancy Pelosi and John Sperling about a remote cloning project. Jeff Bezos was not there, but they were talking about him. And Nancy Pelosi kept saying, "He's doing mine. He's doing mine."
I preface it by saying, as you probably saw, there are military on the steps of Lincoln Memorial. What is it?
And remember this crazy video of Hillary Clinton?
We could cut right
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
You guys have got to try the cold chop.
I've had it. Talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren.
You guys have got to try the cold chop.
Talk about vice presidential possibilities. Talk about vice presidential possibilities.
In 2015, Hillary Clinton was on Another Round podcast, and she was asked what the weirdest thing about her was. She replied by saying, "I don't sweat." And then she said this.
You guys are the first to realize that I'm really not even a human being. I was constructed in a garage in Palo Alto a very long time ago. People think that, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they created it. They don't even know. Oh, no. I mean, a man whose name shall remain nameless created me in his garage.
Are there more of you?
Now, I thought he threw away the plans. At least that's what he told me when he programmed me, that there would be no more. I've seen more people that kind of don't sweat and other things that make me think maybe they are part of the new race that he has created, the robot race.
So there's a cyborg army.
I don't, you got to cut that. You can't tell anybody this. I don't want anybody to know this. I mean, this has been a secret until here we are in Davenport, Iowa, and I'm just spilling my, electronic guts to you.
What a strange thing to say. And who was this mystery man? Some believe that man is Jack Parsons. Jack Parsons was an American rocket engineer, chemist, occultist, and a member of Aleister Crowley's OTO. The OTO is a secret society where you were able to rise to the top through a series of ritual dramas and sex magic rituals. Believe it or not, this group still exists today. In the book Satan's Children by Rebecca Scott, she claims that Jay-Z and Beyonce are high-ranking members of the OTO and have performed a series of sex magic rituals. I will not go into the sordid details of what they have done with other men, but I will say that the name of their daughter, Blue, was a nod to the Blue Bloods, the black nobility families. In 1946, Parsons conducted a sex magic ritual called Babylon Working, a series of rituals to invoke the goddess Babylon to earth. Babylon is otherwise known as the Scarlet Woman. The symbol of the Scarlet Woman is the red dress. In Jack Parsons' personal memoir, He wrote that with assistance from Aleister Crowley and NASA, they conducted the 11-day experiment at the start of 1947. It was written that their goal was to birth a female child who would end up being on the world stage as a dominant feminist to transform humanity and usher in the New World Order. If you fast forward 9 months later in 1947, you have the birth of Hillary Rodham Clinton on October 26, 1947. She is the only woman alive today who has been in the public eye as a leader and a former presidential candidate. And remember, they never thought she would lose. It has been rumored that she will appear again to run in 2020 to claim the throne for which she believes is all hers. The HBO series Westworld takes place in 2058, depicting a simulated amusement park operated by the company Delos. Westworld is populated by human clones that are controlled by a powerful artificial intelligence. The members of this elite club can fulfill any desire they wish, including violence, murder, and rape of the clones. Kinda sounds like Donald Marshall's cloning center. Is this art imitating life? Westworld also brings to mind Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, where he was creating a breeding farm. Did you know that Joe Biden owns a parcel of land on Water Island, right next to Epstein Island?
Even Hitler had he had his stand-in. In fact, his stand-in was the one that they found in the ground over in Germany. I mean, Hitler and Eva and the dog and 14 other people got aboard a plane and flew down to Barcelona, Spain. You were aware of that. And then ended up in Antarctica or in Swaziland and then died a few years ago in Brazil.
Did you know that the Rothschilds own an island in Antarctica? Why did George Green say that Hitler went to Antarctica? Kinda makes sense now that we know Hitler was a Rothschild. And remember when Vice asked, how far off are we from digital clones of Black Mirror?
I was like, that's amazing. It's what is, I've been trying to explain to people that, and it's because it's really different. It's not de-aging, right? So it's not my face and they just made it look younger. It's a 100% digital character. It's the first ever 100% digital human. So I didn't see any of that. It was 8 months before I saw the scenes, and when I saw me and my new digital clone, it was spectacular. It was actually a little freaky.
Conversation about clones right now. Is that what we're doing right now? You ever met a clone? This is have I met a clone? Yeah, I think I met some clones. See? Really? This clone's on my...
What did I just watch? And then I found this bizarre website called twinstrangers.net. You can find your doppelganger instantly. You can even set up a meet and greet with your twin. Then there are the celebrity lookalike photos. What is this? Can somebody please explain? The internet is even saying that Derek Chauvin, the cop who killed George Floyd, has a clone. We've all heard the terms the Great Awakening and the event, and we all believe we are living in the end times, but we don't know what any of this really means. There is a Twitter account who goes by the name Kabomber, who claims that the Galactic Federation missed certain opportunities in 2016 to trigger the event, and that is why QAnon went into full effect in 2017. He claims that a parallel Earth has been created and we will all shift into the new timeline on April 2nd, 2021, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Pretty specific. All of those who shift will essentially travel backwards in time to this date. Immediately upon shifting to the new Earth, the entire population will be ready to meet their galactic families. Fast forward to 2018, and Kabbamer is claiming that President Trump has traveled on Pleiadian crafts and has even left Earth. He also claims that Q is the Pleiadian soul of Ortik, who once incarnated on Earth as Abraham Lincoln and JFK. Remember all those strange coincidences between Lincoln and JFK? Kabbamer claims that Ivanka Trump is the twin soul of Ortik, the reincarnation of Lincoln and JFK. JFK's memorial is also shaped like a Q, and Kabbamer claims that if the event doesn't happen as predicted in 2021, Ivanka will go on to become president. The event is described many times in the Bible. Matthew 24:40 through 41 reads, "Then 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding at one mill, one will be taken and the other left." Luke 17:24 reads, "I tell you, on that night 2 people will be in one bed, one will be taken and the other left." Corinthians 15:51 through 53 reads, "Listen, I tell you a mystery. We will all not sleep, but we will all be changed, in a flash, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed." Thessalonians 4:16 reads, "After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so we will be with the Lord forever." Even The Simpsons predicted the event. If you have ever wondered why our parents lie to us about Santa, you must understand that this is the most profound lesson we will ever learn. The deception of Santa teaches you that you can't trust anyone or anything. The human experience is riddled with disappointment, lies, and deceit. We need the lies to see the truths, we need the deceit to see the good, and we need the patterns to trust our instincts. But how do we know what is real and what is truth? Is Q real? Are the Pleiadians real? How are we supposed to know? He's trying to let us know. Is Donald Trump working with the Pleiadians, and is Donald Marshall's story really legit? Or is this all just another psyop that started long, long ago to program us into accepting the idea of space and aliens, to bring in a new world order? Is all the madness in the world right now preparing us for something much bigger, like the anticipated event?
If you would like to know more, go to Alpine Truth and you can watch the whole thing in its entirety. I did leave a lot out. I hope you get some understanding in this. Remember, Jesus Christ died for your soul. How to donate to PayPal. You mash on Poor Man's Sewing, and then you come up here and you look for About, and you mash on About, and right here you hit on Donate to Poor Man's Sewing. It's people like you that help me out, and it is really appreciated. And I hope you many blessings in this hard times that we are fixing to go through. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.